I wanted to leave word of encouragement for somebody on this Saturday night who may feel a little discouraged in your spirit. I think that a lot of times we put a lot of self-doubt on ourselves that something isn't either good enough or we aren't or cannot achieve or cannot do certain things that you may want to or feel called to do, or just motive the mission of yourself that you're going to achieve this today and it doesn't go that way, or maybe today was just a hard day or this was a hard week. There is a list of instances for somebody that may be feeling a little bit down or sad in your spirit on tonight. And I would go down the list, but I'm not going to spend too much time on here on tonight, because I've wasted enough time already trying to edit something that did not go the way that I thought that it would. And so I come tonight to be encouragement to somebody that may be feeling a little bit how I was feeling earlier. Is that, God, I just need a little bit of motivation, a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of push behind doing, performing, staying encouraged, uplifted as I do what I'm told to do. And we live in a place where we're motivated to encourage in a discouraging world. You have to be positive in a place that is drowning with negativity. And I'm asking God, why is it that if you know everything, if you know the beginning and the end, you are the first and the last, the Alpha and the Omega, you are the absolute everything, why not just skip to the end? Why go through everything that will be and that is now? Why not just skip to the end? So I struggle with that. It's that the world is a wicked place and times are only going to get harder and it's going to get worse before it gets better. But he says in the Bible that we ought to rejoice when persecuted. We ought to be happy when separated from other people. We ought to be thankful in hard times, in bad times, in persecution. And I'm trying to find out why is it that you know what's going to happen, why not just fast forward? And so out of, I guess, frustration on my behalf, God spoke to me tonight and brought me to the story of Noah in Gen chapter 6. So Noah is commissioned to build. And I know by discernment or depiction, a lot of the times we want to say that he is motive to build and to preach for 120 years. But the Bible says that God told Noah in 7 days it's going to rain. He says the only people I'm saving is you and your family. And it says that the world at this time would be so evil and wicked that every thought that came from man at this point in time was negative and discouraging. And so Noah is walking with God on earth, but he's put in a place where he has to build something where every thought around the people that he's building is going to be discouraging. It's going to be down-putting. It's going to be a deterrent for him. It's going to be something that seems like it doesn't make sense, but he is commissioned still to build. And I'm wondering why go through the trouble of all this stuff if you already know you ain't going to save nobody but Noah and his family? You know what's going to happen to me in the end. You know what God told me that I need to deliver to you on tonight, and I promise I'm done. He said, Jeremiah, Noah had to build the boat because it was for him. You have to go through hard times, bad times, ups and downs, and trial and test and tribulation and turmoil. You have to go through that, not for them. You have to go through that for you. You have to go through the storms of the test to know that God can show up anywhere. You have to go through the doubt to know that God can still perform even though they don't believe. You have to go through the testing to know that he'll bring you out to an expected end. You have to go through the poor to know that God can bring you to a prosperous place. You have to go through the hurt to know that God is still help. You have to go through. You have to. I'm not gonna preach on tonight. I'm done. God said it is for you. So anybody on tonight feeling a little down, let me tell you on today, keep pushing, keep pressing, keep going, because it's for you. I don't know what you're called to do, what God has assigned over your life. I don't know what place he puts you in to build around people who are negative. But God commissioned me on tonight to tell you that it is for you that you build. It is for you that you preach. It is for you that you sing. It is for you that you build the boat. As in 7 days, the rain comes. Whether they believe or not, the rain is going to come. Whether they get on board or not, the rain is going to come. At the end of the day, you cannot let people's discouragement distract you on your purpose of building. You are commissioned not for them. This is for you. So God told me long time ago, he said, Jeremiah, I'm calling you to preach for you. I promise you, I never got that. Did not get it until this year. Well, I'm playing back some of the messages from these past few months. And I am encouraging me months ago today. And it rang back in my mind the calling that God said, Jeremiah, you are called for you. Is that you gonna preach? You gonna preach the hell out of you. You gonna preach the doubt out of you. You gonna preach all that stuff that people would project over your life and doubt over you. You gonna preach you so much, so bad, so heavy, so deep. You gonna preach so much that you gonna mess around and get saved, boy. So you do whatever it is that God has called you to do. Not for them. They support. They do. They don't. It's still good. You do this for you. At the end of the day, 1 Thessalonians 4:17. After this, we who remain will be caught up to meet the Lord in the air, knowing that we will always be with the Lord. Therefore, brothers, encourage each other with these sayings, with these words, with these verses, that after this, glory comes. After this, you'll receive your reward. After this doubt, after this trouble, after this trial, this tribulation, after this, you know that great is your reward in heaven. And say God has something, someplace, some destiny, some greater future, some reward waiting. But you have to hold on to the after this. God bless you tonight.